Even though nationally, the financial outlook has been on the rise, state and local officials continue to look for ways to develop West Kentucky's economy. To be a part of this, Arthur J. Bauernfeind College of Business hosted the West Kentucky United for Economic Development Conference. Murray State is taking the step forward to being an activist for the leading development in the region.
It's important for Murray State, which is such an economic engine for this region, to host events like this, and maybe on an annual basis, to be able to bring folks together and remember that we're all in this together. The governor certainly has understood that over the years.
The purpose of the conference is to focus attention on economic development in West Kentucky and the role Murray State plays in that. Economic is the key growth to viability and job creation.
You know, when you have 18 counties represented, which is really the area that Murray State focuses on, about 55% of the students here come from these 18 counties. We're going to focus on the kinds of things that ensure economic growth. A lot of good things are going on in this area right now. The governor and I have been involved in a lot of business announcements. In fact, over the last 5 or 6 months, we've had almost 500 jobs announced among counties throughout this area, about $220 million worth of investment. A lot of good things have been happening. But the way you continue the role is to ensure two things. One, you got to have the infrastructure. That's bridges. We're going to talk a little bit about the good news regarding the expanded bridges that are being built, and roads.
Roads such as I-69 will overlap Interstate I-24 from Calvert City to Eddyville. This will allow for safer roadways and better transportation for goods. Lieutenant Governor Abersom also addressed the need for Kentuckians to help on the tax reforms to generate revenue to be able to invest in education.
The reality is we've cut $1.6 billion out of the budget. And the question is, when you see the tuitions here at Murray, and look at what they are today and look at what they were 8 years ago. We haven't put a nickel in textbooks for our K through 12 kids since 2008. I mean, that is unacceptable. So people have got to get ready. There is no free lunch. It's going to have to cost to be able to invest, to be able to ensure we continue to grow jobs.
Chris Woolridge, the district director from Murray State, explains that the university looked at several different phases to set the standard for the economic development in the region.
We look at opportunities to help the communities through our Town and Gown program, our outreach program through Town and Gown, as well as through Gina Winchester's efforts through regional stewardship. How can we support and lay those seeds within those regions to help grow the workforce, help education, seed some of those opportunities to really make those communities prosper. So from an outreach standpoint, we feel that's very important for the university, and equally for a teaching and learning aspect, we feel that that's very, very important as well, obviously.
It's good to come to an organization that has been thinking regionally, trying to put themselves together in a collaborative way.
As the only four-year public institution in West Kentucky, Murray State must be a leader to promote these opportunities.
Well, a couple of different ways. One, from a teaching and learning aspect, Dr. Todd and myself and some others within the university have been looking at what within the region can the university do from a teaching and learning standpoint to help educate the workforce and provide the education for that workforce in the future. Obviously, we have a Panama Canal that is being expanded. We expect the potential for increase in exporting. So one of the things that was looked at was what could we do to help drive some of that in terms of providing education.
Murray State makes reaching out to the community and helping to expand its economic growth a top priority.
That the university is saying, we've got to get out and do economic development. We've got to get out and help small businesses. We have to get out there and help our communities. But it also shows, I think, a commitment at the state level that says, Murray State, we're happy to see you in this position. We're happy to see that you're working, and it helps drive our point forward, which is economic development is important from an academic standpoint as well as from an economic standpoint, whether it's student enrollment or whether it's jobs. They go hand in hand, and having the state to say, Murray State, you're right on target is a great thing.
Economic development is important not only for community growth, but it's important for an economic standpoint as well. Murray State is pushing forward to be a leader in this cause.